How do I get through life without God? Actually, that's an easy one. Let's do this. So the question was asked, in fact, I was tagged, to talk about how I get through life without God to give me strength. And the truth is that I disagree with the premise of the question right from the start. It assumes that there is some gap that needs to be filled, and most people fill that gap with God. But the truth is, no, there's not. And I find myself wondering, do the people who rely on this God of theirs, do they have a gap I don't? Is that it? Or what? I mean, we've found that there are different types of people. People have different personalities, a type A personality, a type B personality. Maybe there are people who have some gap in their lives that can only be filled with some sort of deity or some sort of good feeling thing. I don't know. But I don't feel like I need one of those. I mean, okay, yeah, I've had times in my life where I've felt empty or directionless, but I didn't need a deity to fill that. I had projects, I had friends, I had, hell, just movies, I mean, as long as I'm entertained, well fed, and I don't know, not surrounded by clouds 24/7, fuck you, Seattle, I find that I'm actually doing quite well and don't even think about having some gap in my life that needs to be filled. I mean, I'm rarely happier than when I'm making fiction, whether it's my webcomic, which I really need to start back up again, or some animation project, or I don't know, maybe I'm actually writing prose or something. I love my life when I'm thinking shit up. I love my life when I have friends just surrounding me. We're all having fun. And, I don't need a God for any of this. I just need to live my life. I mean, I guess you could say that I'm filling the gap with friends and with entertainment, that I'm distracting myself from some emptiness, but how are these people not distracting themselves from some emptiness with this God of theirs? I mean, at least I acknowledge that what I'm into is fiction. At least I acknowledge that, if I'm watching Star Wars or Farscape or something, Firefly maybe, that I'm experiencing fiction. I'm not saying to myself, well, life is better because Luke Skywalker is watching over me. I mean, how cool would that be, right? But that's not what I'm doing. And these people won't admit that that is what they're doing. And I think that's kind of sad and wrong. But, I disagree with the premise of the question to begin with. I don't see a gap. I don't see a lack in my life that needs to be filled with something. I mean, I might get bored, but a God? No. I mean, companionship maybe. I've got my kitten. I've got my friends. Who needs a God when you've got all of that stuff? I don't see the question as a particularly valid one. I can't. So, how do I get along without God? The way everyone else does. That's it. That's all there is. Please take the time to rate this video. And hey, if you dig what I do, subscribe. You might also enjoy my webcomic, The Adventures of Kinneara Baxter. You'll find a link in the info bar, along with a link to my Zazzle store. Buy a t-shirt today. And hey, if you hit that thumbs up over there, and then pray really, really hard, you might just get your own spaceship. Think about it.